Welcome to my channel. This is FRD Studios. I'm your host Dre, and here we're gonna react to a video. So this is a lady who has recently been divorced, and she just feels like crashing out today and telling everybody a piece of her mind. So let's go into this video, see what she got to say.
Let's have a post-divorce crash out together. I have been holding in so fucking much. I just have to let it out. I think it's the only way I'm going to move on. My biggest frustration in divorce is the fact that, like, my husband and I were together since, we were in high school. Growing up, we always had the exact same circle of friends, right? So we've all been friends for, call it 20 plus years now, since middle school. Through my divorce, my friends apparently decided to pick sides. But I don't know. So I have a whole lot to say. I've thrown a lot of baby showers, diapers.
Before we go further, that usually happens, especially, well, I think in most dynamics when it comes on to marriage, people are gonna choose sides. And a little fill in before we go further. So there's another video with her explaining some of what happened. I guess she's the one that stepped out. She cheated. Um, I don't remember if she got caught or she came clean about it, but that's kind of what caused the breakup. But the further she goes into the video, then I think she'll explain some of that.
Diaper parties, wedding showers, been in multiple weddings and everything else. But yet they all seem to have forgotten that I did a lot for them. And I'm not doing this to gain praise. I'm doing this because I just want to know what the fuck I did. So I don't think I did anything. I'm going to be honest. But here's where we're going to crash out.
It's kind of weird that she cheated. Um, that's one of the things that caused the breakdown in the marriage and the friendship of everybody in that group. But here she's saying, I don't think she did. She don't think she did anything wrong. Um, Something I gotta touch on, like people gotta understand when you're in a long-term relationship with somebody and you make friends with their family members and their friends, and it's kind of hard to when that dynamic changes, but you gotta realize both partners need to go their separate ways and carry on with their life. If it means they gotta take their friends with them or their family members with them, you just gotta understand that's just how it is. You know what I mean? Like, cause like, so you're divorced, but you still want to have the same friends as your ex. You still want to go to the same um functions. You still want to go to the family dinners, and like it don't make no sense. It's gonna only complicate stuff. I think what she's going through, she's having withdrawal because she's been with her husband for that for so long. They have shared so many memories. They have shared friends and family members. So I think this is the reason why she's crashing out. Like she misses that. But that's what happens.
Just let it all out. Let everyone know how I really feel. We'll start with Big Nick, right? Hey, Big Nick, don't forget, you would be still in a trailer factory working a dead-end job, busting your ass all day, every day, and hating your life if it wasn't for me giving you a job. Just remember, you would not be part owner or whatever you and Scott have planned together without me. I'm the one that recommended you. I'm the one that spoke so highly of you that he gave you the opportunity. You started out as part-time, now you're full-time. I love that for you. I love that for your family. But you wouldn't be there without me. And like, let's not forget, I forgave you after everything you did to your wife. You know that one time you got caught sleeping with your wife's best friend, who also was your best friend's wife?
Yo, what the hell? Yo, what? Yo, she's literally throwing everybody under the bus. Like, if she's unhappy, none of you can be happy. I'm not gonna lie, I would like to be a fly on the wall when whoever she's talking about sees this video. This is crazy.
Funny how that works. You just forgot about it. But I didn't. I sure as hell didn't. And then let's move on to his wife, Taylor. Taylor, you've always been kind of a bitch. I think you've always been kind of like, from my understanding, according to your husband, is a little jealous of me for whatever reason, just because your husband was like one of my best friends. And I don't get why, but like you always gave this mean girl mentality and I just wasn't here for it. Did we have fun together sometimes? Yeah, absolutely. But like, I don't know. That's all I really have to say about you. I don't have a whole lot of beef with you. I'm going to be brutally honest. It's more so of, you completely, like, the two of you have completely abandoned me. Haven't heard word from you in over a year. And it's not a bad thing necessarily, but it sucks. So then we're going to move on to our good friend Tisha. Tisha, fuck you for encouraging me to have an affair.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yo. So, so she's mad at one of her friends for encouraging her to have an affair. Like, how does a grown person force another person or coerce them into doing something that they know they shouldn't be doing? You're grown. And in your first video, you accepted that you were wrong. You accepted that you cheated and all of that. So how is it now her fault? Like, it don't make no sense. Like, why are you blaming somebody else for what you did? Did she hold you down and let that guy have his way with you? Like, come on, have some accountability. Let's see if we can replay that part of it.
And it's not a bad thing necessarily, but it sucks. So then we're going to move on to our good friend Tisha. Tisha, fuck you for encouraging me to have an affair while I was going through some of the deepest, darkest points of my life. Just because you were having an affair for 10 years with a married man doesn't mean that you should encourage other people to do the same. You are an evil person.
Wow. So, yo, like, can you imagine if all this is just now coming out and none of these people know of what she's talking about? Can you l- look at how much people's lives are gonna be turned upside down because of this information? Like, what? Think about the kids. Like, yeah, you were divorced because you cheated. Okay, your friend coerced you into having an affair and this and that and the third. And I'm guessing I don't know how, she didn't explain the dynamic of like how they're co-parenting or whatever, but you want to uproot everybody else's marriage because yours failed because of your own decision? Come on. You're a bad person. You're a very bad person.
I will stand my ground on that. You are not mentally right. And I really don't want you around my kids, to be honest, because I do not want that around my kids. And the fact that my ex-husband hangs out with you, knowing that A, you had an affair for 10 years on your husband, who is his best friend, and B, knowing that you encouraged me to have an affair. I showed him the text. He knows. He's not blind. Like, he knows. And to JT, your husband.
But to be honest, if he's gonna be upset with anybody, it's gonna be you. You're his wife at the end of the day. That other person doesn't really owe him any obligations, really. Like, they can always tell you, um, or introduce you to someone. It's up to you to make that choice on how far you want to go with that person.
Knowing that you encouraged me to have an affair. I showed him the text. He knows. He's not blind. Like, he knows. And to JT, your husband, I don't have a whole lot to say about JT. For the two of you, I hosted diaper showers, birthday parties. How many times did I come with a birthday cake? How many times did I come over for holidays and everything else? And it was all because of me. Like, Nick didn't do shit. It was all me. But you guys seem to have forgotten that. JT, I do hope the best for you. I think you're ridiculously stupid for staying with your wife. I'm going to be honest.
Okay, so I, she's very confusing with a lot of the stuff that she's saying. So the friend that coerced her into, quote unquote, having an affair also had an affair. And now she's talking to her friend's husband, telling him that she doesn't see how he stayed after all that happened. But at the same time, listening to what this lady's saying, she would have hoped her husband stayed when she cheated. So I sense a lot of jealousy here.
If you want to be mistreated your whole life, that's on you. And I really do hope she gets the help she deserves. I don't really know that she deserves it, I'm gonna be honest. But I really do hope she gets help because I feel bad for those boys. They're gonna be mentally fucked up too. And your boys are so sweet, and I do miss the hell out of them every single day. But again, I know you guys hate me, which is fine because I outed your wife's affair and you didn't want anyone to know about it. But
Oh, so she did tell everybody. Of course, I would hate you too. As I said before, like because her relationship is torn to shit, she wants everybody to be miserable.
someone had to tell you. And then we're gonna move on to Austin and Melissa. Again, I babysat your kids, or your child, one kid. I hosted diaper parties, baby showers, everything you guys ever needed. I was there, which you guys didn't need much, and I'm thankful for that. Like, you guys were super great friends. Melissa, I ran into you the other day, and you act like you didn't even know me. That's great. Love that for me. Especially because I considered you like one of the most realist people in our friend group. It really hurt. It sucked, but it is what it is. Austin, we've been friends since middle school. Gary and we haven't always been like the closest per se, but we've been friends for a long time. And the fact that I haven't heard from you since the one day you said like something along the lines of, I don't even remember what it was at this point. But, and then when Nick came to get his stuff and he brought an officer and everything because he's over dramatic. Yeah, you were there and it sucked because not once did you reach out to me and say anything. Not once at all. Oh, moving back to Nick Hughes, or Big Nick, I should say. Fuck you for knowing everything you knew. That one just sits hard in my chest, especially considering the fact that you were literally my best friend. Everybody thought for sure it was going to be you and I that ended up together, like since middle school. I mean, they called us the husband and wife in French class for a reason. Yeah, still stings. Yeah, so moral of the story is fuck everybody. I don't know what I did to deserve any of this, and fuck my husband for having an affair. Nick.
Wow, so the her husband had an affair. So you both were doing whatever. What I would like to hear the husband side of the story. I want to hear if he cheated because she cheated or what. Like, I would really like to hear his side of the story.
He's never going to admit that he had an affair, but he did with someone who I considered to be one of my best friends. And he lied to my face about it once I found out, because he didn't want to hurt me, and neither did she. Well, it hurt even more to find out it was true later on, 4 years later to be exact. The fact that you could lie to me for 4 years is disgusting.
But you cheated too. Like, wasn't it disgusting when you did it? And I don't think you told him right away. So you did the same thing he did. Like, make it make sense.
Actually, let's go ahead and throw my mother-in-law in there too. And my nieces, or technically Nick's nieces and Nick's mom.
Wow.
Everything that was ever done for you guys, all the housework and everything we did, all the car parts we helped with, all the everything, all the money we've given you guys over the years, wasn't because of Nick. It wasn't because of Nick at all. It was because of me. You're welcome. I advocated for all you guys. I went to all your events that I could. I was there for you guys through everything. How many?
But isn't that what people do for each other when they're in a relationship? Like, you whatever you did for his family, you did it because you was in a relationship with him. Like, he was your lover, he was your husband, he was your partner. Like, ugh.
How many gymnastics meets was Nick at? How many volleyball games was Nick at? How many times did Nick go watch you cheer? None. But I was there. I was always there cheering you on. Even when I found out that those lovely nieces of mine were the one feeding my child vapes and everything else, vapes, weed, everything, I was still there for you guys. I was still nice to you guys. But instead, you guys act like you don't even know me anymore. And it sucks. And you act like my kids don't even know you anymore. Like, that's sad. You guys have grown up as cousins, for Christ's sakes. Like, come on.
I think the reason why everybody has stepped away from this lady is because of this what we are seeing right here. The way she acts, like she's hypocritical. Like, I think she has other um behavioral patterns where why people don't want to be around her. The kids, everybody. Like, I think it's a you problem, Miss Lady.
And then let's go back to my lovely husband. We're going back a lot today because we have a whole lot to say. How do you raise a child for 16 years and then abandon him like you never even knew him? How do you do that? You raised him since he was roughly a year old, and now you act like he's never been a part of your life. Didn't even tell him happy birthday. Nothing. That's shitty. Like, that's really shitty.
Well, that's a tough one. So obviously, from what I'm getting, is she had a child before they were in a relationship, which would be his step kid. I don't know how to say how he should deal with that, but people are human beings. When they're hurt, everybody reacts differently. Maybe I don't know. I can't explain that one. Yeah, Nick, you may have to do a little better on that part.
You have become someone that I don't even know. Like, it's honestly disgusting. And don't get me wrong, to everybody watching this, I fucked up in my marriage too. Again, I just admitted I had an affair. My husband had an affair first, but it's not a pissing contest. We both had affairs. We both fucked up in our marriage. I
Okay, so the husband was. Okay, okay, okay.
regret every single second of mine. I have a lot of regrets in life, but I'm working through those. But to all my friends who I've been calling my friends for the past 15, 20 years, fuck you guys. I haven't heard from any of you guys in over a year, year and a half. Every time you see me in public, you act like you don't even know me, and you don't even know my kids. And it's disgusting. And the fact that you keep Nick in your life after knowing everything.
Um, the question I would want answered is like the friends that she's referring to. Were they her husband's friends first? Because I don't. It would have been kind of weird if they were her friends first, and then they took his side, but that would still make it seem even more that something is wrong with her. Why they would take his side in the whole breakup? But who knows?
Is even more disgusting to me. Like, I, I don't even have words for it. I hope you all the best. I really do. I hope all your kids the best because your kids are still like number one priority in my life, even though it's from afar. But the rest of you, I kind of hope you burn in hell. Okay, that might be a little harsh. I kind of hope you have a rough life. I don't want
That's
anything
even
to end,
worse.
but I hope you have a rough life. Okay, bye.
Yo,
Let's have a post-divorce crack.
yo, this lady is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, um, I don't have much more to say. This video is long already, but if you enjoyed this video, let me know. Let me know if I should do more of these, which I'm planning on doing more. If you have any videos out there, you can send them my way. My contacts are gonna be in the description of this video. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and that's it. Peace.